Boys and girls, today's experiment is the coin toss. Whenever you do a probability experiment, you must first predict, explain, conduct, and compare when you do an experiment. Let's look at what each of these mean. Predict means that you have to find out the odds of the event happening. You've done this whole chart before, so you're doing it again, and this time with a coin toss, which you've also done. This was your first step. But when you do a predict, you just calculated the odds last time. Now you have to finish answering this sentence. If I toss the coin 10 times, I predict what? Now remember, you toss a coin once, the odds are 1 out of 2, you will get your heads or tails. But if you do it 10 times, what will happen? Well, some of you know that the options could be equally likely, and you could write that in here. You could also write in that you get 5 heads or 5 tails. Those are your predictions. The explain part is, why do you think that? Well, with a coin, you think that because 1 over 2, 1 out of 2 odds means half. In other words, half the times that you flip that coin, toss that coin, it will come up heads. And the other half of the time, you predict it will come up tails. And that's what you write here. I think this because half of the times, half of 10 is 5. Now, conduct the experiment. So, when you do this experiment with the coin, you got to make sure it's flipping. And every time you do it, make a mark here. So, if you flip it and it comes up heads, you put down an X. If it's tails, put an X. If it's tails again, put another X. If it's tails a third, put an X. Keep doing that until you have reached 10. And when you get to 10, you stop. Put over here the total, 4, 6, and then start over with a new one. Keep going through, putting in your X's for tally marks, and then add them up. Now, when you get to the compare part, you're going to compare your results here with what you predicted up here. So, repeat what you said earlier. I predicted that it would have came out evenly. What happened was that, well, we don't know what happened with these because we didn't do them, but this one we could say, well, tails won had more than heads in the first round. Now, here's an interesting part here. If you add up all of these, you now didn't toss the coin 10 times. You added up, you've done 30 times. Is it still half of 30 is 15? Did it come up 15 and 15? Or was it something else? So fill in the chart by just clicking, typing where you want to put in what you're thinking or what you're observing. And then down at the bottom, click at the bottom. What did you learn? What did you notice? What surprised you? Good luck, boys and girls, and enjoy tossing the coin. If you can't flip a coin with your thumb, place a coin a third of the way off the edge of a table and strike it with your finger. It will flip through the air, and whatever side is facing up, that is your result.